Hello, everybody. I- Actually, no, I hit the live button right at 7 ATC. It's just that it didn't process through until a minute or so in. So prepare yourselves because we're about to take it to the mic stand. So ATC, how are you doing, man? Hope your day and weekend went well. Stuff as getting ready for Christmas. Did you take off on me or what? And I dream about you. Okay, so as we wait for people to show up here, I welcome everybody to the Mikestand Monday's Machinations. Um, hopefully everybody's doing well tonight. Um, working. Oh, working. Are you working on your? Are you working on your remodels there? You're working on the toys, doing the refinishes or what have you. Excuse me for just a moment here. And now it's showing we have two people here. That's good to know. And I thank you again for the likes and shares. Hopefully, we can get some more people in here. Um, so ATC, what are you working on? Here without you, baby, lonely night. Here without, and I think about you all the time. Here without you, baby, on the drive. And tonight, girl, it's only you and me. Hey, Woody, let's see, one of Santa's helpers. Um, restoring Dragon Blaster Skeletor armor. Oh, okay. Sounds cool. Skeletor, of course, voiced by Alan Oppenheimer in the 80s cartoon, and then also portrayed by Frank Langella, as I believe, in the live action movie in 87. So, with Dolph Lundgren as He Man in the live action movie. Ah, and that shares when you guys can help me out with that, see if we can get a few more people in. See, we're just under the 5 minute mark. At least two, maybe three people. Wait a few more minutes, see if see how many more people we can get in here. Uh, I guess Backgoat might be busy, but then he kind of warned us about that. So, hmm. It's our favorite time of the year. Holiday cheer. Well, the world is believing that mistletoe feeling. It's our favorite time of the year. Hmm. Okay, so now we're coming up on 6 minutes. Hmm. Like I said, I'm just waiting around to see if we can see who else might. Probably will start up at the 10-minute mark. Maybe start talking about what's on tap. Maybe 8.5 minute mark or so. Let's see now. So coming up on 7 minutes here. So hey, what have you guys been up to this weekend? You guys do anything exciting with your families or anything like that? Just to let you know, guys, I will probably talk about my weekend, but I'll do that more at the end of the show. Um, some stuff did happen over the weekend here, but I'll let you guys know at the end of the show about all that. So, so we can, hmm. It's our favorite time of the year. Holiday cheer. Oh, the world is believing that mistletoe feeling is here. It's our favorite time of the year. Holiday cheer. Okay, so we're just passing. Okay, so on tap for tonight, we got few things, and we're going to probably including a rumor in regards to the Peacemaker series. Of course, Peacemaker originally was a property of Charlton Comics that was picked up by DC. We'll be talking about that. Also, some news on the upcoming Zorro series. Back to three people again. Yay, three people. um, Also, there's some other little tidbits of news in terms of comic news and some stuff from Toho regards to the Godzilla Singular Point anime that will be coming out soon. So that's basically what's on tap. I got like 5 stories tonight, all coming from Bounding into Comics. As usual, of course, we'll have the This Day in Each History at the end of the night, and I also got some stuff to mention at the end as well, just in regards to stuff that happened over the weekend. So, um, so with that, we're actually at the 10-minute mark. We got 3 people in here, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started here with the first story of the night here. Let's see. Yeah, there. So here is our first story we're going to look at tonight. Rumor Peacemaker series to revive two more Charlton characters. Now, as I just mentioned, of course, Charlton, that's where Peacemaker originally came from. Charlton was a comic book company that ran from the 40s through the 60s, and a number of the characters were eventually picked up by DC. Most notably, of course, Captain Atom and Blue Beetle, but also Peacemaker, Peter Cannon Thunderbolt, Judo Master, Nightshade, and Question. Now, those are among the characters that DC picked up from Charlton. So, okay, so here's the article here. Rumor Peacemaker series to revive two more Charlton characters. We'll take a look at this. Let me see if I've got any more responses here. Not as of yet. At least you're here to listen, so that's good to know. So, without no further ado, let's get to talking about this article a bit here. We have an update on casting for the Peacemaker series coming to HBO Max, which may indicate more Charlton comic characters are being resurrected to function as key players. Charlton, as I mentioned, was the comic book company started back in the 40s, and a number of their characters were picked up by DC. So the Illuminati shared in an exclusive. They obtained casting information. They believe, hence, the James Gunn produced project will introduce Sarge Steel and Judo Master to the DC film and TV world. Again, we didn't actually start seeing any of the Charlton comic characters start to show up on TV until, of course, the Justice League and Justice League Unlimited series of the mid 2000s. So, and you got the picture here, the toughest man in America, Sarge Steel. The site details casting is currently underway for a male in their 50s to 60s to play a character named Mern, a man who is a true leader and supposedly strong and tough. Illuminati deduces Mern is just a cover for Special Agent Sarge Steel, the metal-handed spy and detective of Charlton's action heroes line that battled Nazis and ghastly, grinning bad guys like the Smiling Skull in the 1960s. Created by Charlton executive editor Pat Masuli, the Sarge was acquired by DC and incorporated as a typically villainous or mind-controlled operative at the helm of the Central Bureau of Intelligence and the Department of Metahuman Affairs. And here's a comic panel of him right here. Hence why they were calling him Sarge Steel there. See, as we continue on with the article, then the new 52 made him an agent of Checkmate. That did the bidding of Maxwell Lord, and he was a figure in a conspiracy against the president during the multiversity. His big claim to fame in other media is a guest appearance voiced by John DiMaggio in the animated feature Batman and Harley Quinn. Here's another panel right here. Bam! Damn you, checkmates! Checkmate's my home, and you destroyed it. Time for you to lie down and die. and it was considerable. Judo Master. Casting is also underway for a male in their 20s to 40s with stunt and or martial arts experience to play a part Illuminati thinks is Judo Master. Um, the role is open to any ethnicity, but an actor short in stature is preferred. Producers want the character to be to be small yet fast and a gifted fighter. The original judo master was white American serviceman Hadley Rip Jagger, um, who was taught the art of judo to pay him a debt of honor after he saved the daughter of a Pacific Island chief. Good story. Good backstory there. He appeared sporadically in DC Comics over the years. Noteworthy appearances um, include in the LAW miniseries Justice League Quarterly number 14 and in Infinite Crisis number 7, wherein Bane broke his back in a fight. Bane loves to break backs, doesn't he? A Japanese and female judo master, Sonia Sato, created by Gail Simone, has mostly filled the void Jagger left behind. If the part in Peacemaker is open ethnicity, they may go with a revamp closer to Simone's version. And here's another. Where is Tiger? Where is the man who killed my father? Stop, stop. I'll tell you anything you want. I only want to know one thing. Where is Tiger? Where is the man who killed my father? It's unknown how these two will fit into the show's overall narrative, but they will join Steve Agee as Bell Reeve Warden, John Economos. Interesting name, Economos. I wonder if the guy has anything to do with money. Chris Conrad as Adrian Chase Vigilante. I think the modern day Vigilante. Vigilante is another character who's kind of been up over the years. And Jennifer Holland, who reprises a role in the Suicide Squad as NSA agent working with Argus. Peacemaker was announced in September and will consist of 8 episodes written by Gunn for its first season. Are you interested in seeing these characters make the jump to live action? Let's see if you guys. No, you guys haven't said anything. Yeah. I know you're probably just listening in, but it is kind of nice to see that more characters are being used from some of the other some of the other companies that that DC picked up on. Wait, I'll be right back here. Oh, actually, it looked like Toys did say something new here. Let's see. Maybe a couple things. Let's see. Actually, that was already said. Okay. The question would be a cool concept. Most paranoid human to have ever. Yeah, I like how Jeffrey Combs did, who voiced him in the Justice League Unlimited cartoons. I like that. I like the question. The question is a pretty cool character too. Oh, we have hello, fourth person. Welcome to the stream. We just talked about the Peacemaker series coming to HBO Max. Some of the characters they are introduced as more of the Charlton comic line was being used a bit. Again, guys, I'm sorry. I'll be right back. Oh, and I guess they left again. Sorry about that. But yeah, well, Question's another character that they picked up from Charlton. So, anyway, so with all that being said, let's move on to the next article here. This is the other one that kind of grabbed my attention. If anything, just to kind of laugh at some of the new gender swap Zorro series will focus on social justice announced. Oh boy, and we know where this one will go. Right down the tubes, right? Jeffrey from Mordred, Doctor Strange movie. Jeffrey, the guy who is a crazy doctor, in Reanimated. Um, I don't know of those roles, but Jeffrey comes. Let's see. Aside from the question in just the roles I know him from, of course, a question from Justice League Unlimited. Also, I think he was the second voice of Scarecrow, and like when Batman went from Batman the animated series to the new Batman Adventures in the '90s, he took over the voice role from Henry Pollock Jr. or Henry Pollock III, and then he was also Wei Yun in Star Trek Deep Space Nine. So those are the roles I know him most from. But but Jeffrey Combs right there. So let's get into this. Sorry, excuse me one more time, guys. Sorry. I guess I can. All right, sorry about that. Ah. NBC has announced that they will be producing a Robert Rodriguez directed gender swapped television reboot of Zorro. Here, I guess, is one of the older pictures of the Zorro TV show. Alongside Rodriguez, the series creative team includes writer director Rebecca Rodriguez, sister of Robert, and director of the film Snowpiercer, as well as Modern Family's Sofia Vergara and her Latin World Entertainment production company. The trio will also be joined by Ben Silverman and Howard T. Owens, whose Propagate has a co-production deal with Universal TV. And here's a comic, the comic version. Beneath the swift and deadly blade of Lady Zorro, Ven- vengeance, vengeance is mine. To be continued. According to the story's announcement press release, the Rodriguez sibling written Rodriguez Rebecca directed Zorro will center on Sola Dominguez, an underground artist who fights for social justice as contemporary version of the mythical Zorro, whose life is threatened by several criminal organizations after she exposes them. The concept has purportedly been in production for some time, as Propagate set out to develop a TV series reimagining of Zorro with a female protagonist last season. Last season as one of the company's first projects under its first look deal with CBS Studios, and of course they had to go the social justice route because that's what quote unquote is vogue right now. You know, never mind that Zorro already has a pretty good social story going with it in terms of um, how he tries to be a man of the people for the poor. So, but that apparently isn't enough. Same Jeffrey Combs. Yep. Um, anyways, getting back to the article here. Propagate currently produces CW's reboot of Charmed. Not not so fast, amigos. Face the flames or face the wrath of Lady Zorro. Interestingly, Robert Rodriguez developed 1998. Antonio Banderas led the Mask of Zorro alongside Steven Spielberg and Band of Brothers director Michael Salomon. Um, However, the two were eventually replaced by GoldenEye and Casino Royale director Martin Campbell. Mercy, mercy! Is is that what you practice when raiding a peon farm? How many barns have you burned down? How many lives have you and your kind left in ruin? This is your reward. Vengeance. Vengeance is mine. That film featured Catherine Zeta Jones as Zorro's adult daughter Elena, who was stolen from him as a child by Don Rafael Montero. One of Montero's men would kill Zorro's wife following a fight with Don Diego de la Vega, Zorro and Montero. Following the fight, Montero would arrest and imprison de la Vega. Elena would eventually be raised by Montero and would even confront Antonio Banderas Zorro after he stole a map to a gold mine from Montero. There, look at that. That's a pretty cool pick right there. Catherine Zeta Jones utilizing the sword there. Look at that. That looks pretty cool. Zorro moved on to Captain the Jupiter 2. Hmm. Okay, so here we go. This announcement was also covered by Neurotic founder Gary Buchler, um, who commented sarcastically that NBC deliberately recycled an unoriginal idea and possibly brings balance back to the universe and defeats sexism. Oh boy. Female Zorro fighting for social justice. Oh boy. Um, a female Zorro is not a new idea. Lady Zorro was introduced in Zorro Rides Again #9 by Matt Wagner and John K. Snyder III. The character impersonates Zorro and and perverts his cause for her own desire for vengeance. Okay. Well, in this case, they are using the word right. Um, One of the definitions for pervert just basically means alter, or we usually know it as like alternative lifestyle or anything like that. But Lady Zara right there. Are you excited for a female-led Zorro series? Let us know your thoughts on social media or in the comments down below. Uh, no, I'm not interested in seeing a series dedicated to masticide. Uh, Laugh out loud. Yeah. So anyway, so let's set up here for the next set of stories. Now I got through two of them there. Excuse me for a moment, guys. All right, I'm back now. Let's see, we're just over the half hour mark, 33, 35. And it seems like it's gonna be another slow night here, doesn't it? Only three of us in here. Try to read these, prolong the reading of these. All right, gotta go off camera one more time, guys. Sorry. Anonymity's here, and looks like he's got a new avatar. Hey, got off early. I'll be listening. Gotta help a buddy with some drama. Okay, well, hopefully everything's going okay for you, my friend. Um, Yeah, we just went through a couple of stories from the television stuff, and um, now we're going to, of course, move ahead here to some comic book stuff. Oh, anyways, let's see now. And on Evening Action and Woody, it still only shows three people. But I think we got four people now. So. Okay, so anyways, moving on to the next story here. Marvel Comics puts Guardians of the Galaxy Star Lord in bisexual relationship. Oh goody. The agenda pusher. Marvel Comics recently put Guardians of the Galaxy character Star Lord into a bisexual relationship. In the latest issue of the current Guardians of the Galaxy, run by Al Ewing and Juan Cabal, Star Lord awakes naked on the planet of Morinus and encounters the alien nomads Radia and Moors. When he meets Aradia and Moors, the only thing he has in his possession is his element gun. Okay. He quickly discovers that Aradia and Moors are in a relationship. Um, Not only are they in a relationship, now why that would even matter in a comic story, I don't know. But um, not only are they in a relationship, but they invite Star Lord to join them. Aradia tells him, "Our fire is yours, our food is yours, our bond should be yours too. You become part of us, Peter, part of our togetherness." Oh boy. uh, yeah, yep, 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 yep. Okay, so I think Aradia is obviously the girl, and Morris is the guy. Okay, let's see. Shelfing Kleenex, laugh out loud. Yeah, looking fly, by the way, Mike. Oh, with the jacket, you mean? Yeah, we're not using the heater in the house right now. Things are getting a little cooler, so an element gun is another name for his wingding. No, because it actually looks like he actually had. I mean, I think he actually did show that he had an actual gun right here, I believe. I think he actually does have a gun. However, Star Lord initially refuses to join them. He tells them, "But in my world, the culture's different. There's someone there's someone who there's someone there who's, well, she's the someone for me. And I still haven't given up on getting back." Fifth house, 1 year. However, after spending 12 years on Morinus, Quill eventually decides to join the two in their togetherness and describes them as my home. Quill specifically says, "It's been over a decade, time to accept the truth. Radia, Morinus is my home, you're my home. Thanks for accepting me, guys." A panel that shows Aradia kissing Quill on the cheek while he wraps his arm around Moore's, and the three bathe together in an ancient temple. Yeah, that would probably look better, at least from the guy's perspective. I think that would look better if it was one guy and two girls. Oh, later in the comic, after spending 143 years on the planet, it appears that either Star Lord or Bors, I guess his name is Bors now instead of Morse, have impregnated Aradia. Wow, so they're from a race that not only lives to 140, but can actually procreate at that age. Very interesting. When you guys say so. However, just a short 12 minutes later, when the gods attack, Aradia is no longer pregnant. Ah, okay. She is seen soaring through the sky alongside Quill, um, with a noticeably flat stomach, no longer with the baby bump. Okay, how in the world do you do that? Oh boy, somebody was playing something. Must have been smoking something. Quinn being in a bisexual relationship is a new development for the character. Quinn, Quill, Star Lord. Man, they have so many names for one character. His first appearance, all the way back in Marvel Previews number 4 from 1976, implies he was intimate with one of the women who welcome him to NASA's training center in Houston. Damn, who's that, Betty? Is he new here? He's all right. Yeah, on the outside, maybe, but inside, he's the coldest fish you'll meet this side of a sardine tin. Now, for those of you who might not know, a sardine tin is basically a rectangular can of sardines. You have to usually put some kind of like lock key on it to open it or something like that. Or just in case you weren't aware of what a sardine tin is right there. In Marvel Preview number 11, it's revealed that Star Lord's ship is actually a living being and that she considers herself Star Lord's companion. By Marvel Preview number 14, Star Lord's ship would actually take the form of a woman, and the two would become romantically involved while they explored the planet of Feral. Interesting. That actually kind of reminds me of the world of Narue, the anime, the world of Narue, where you actually had the ship Bathyscat, who turned into a pretty attractive woman and served as one of the characters, basically assistant slash maid slash caregiver, so on and so forth. However, Star Lord was unaware that his ship had taken the form of a woman. She had passed herself off under the alias Kareth Halion. And talk about interesting. A ship falls in love with you, takes on probably what might be considered your desired form for such a relationship, and then keeps it a secret from you. That's that's pretty interesting. As we continue on with the story here. In Marvel Comics Super Special number 10, Star Lord declares his love for the alien Aletha. The two even appear to consummate the love as they are shown embracing each other naked at the bottom of a waterfall. Oh, this is going to be, when we get to this point in the 70s, it's going to be interesting to get there. The CCA would not have been too thrilled about this, but in more recent times, Star Lord declared his love for X Men member Kitty Pryde, Shadowcat. He told her, "Kitty, I love you." The two would eventually get engaged, but Kitty breaks it off when she decides to stay on Earth, and the Guardians of the Galaxy, including Peter Quill, return to space. Just in case you guys are wondering what the background noise is, my family's got some stuff going on, just hanging out and stuff like that. So, with some friends. So, in case you are hearing some of the noise in the background there. Oh, Doodlebug. Hello, Doodlebug. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Mikestand. Let's see. So, they got Willow Johnson to come out of retirement to reprise Kikyo and Yasahime. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Well, and I know Doodlebug, you also saw the story I reported on a few weeks ago on Kirby Morrow as well. So, um, but I think they did confirm that he died of a drug overdose. From what I understand, I think they did actually confirm that. So that's kind of a sad thing. Um, but welcome to the stream, Doodlebug. I hope you enjoy it. I hope to see you on here more often. We talk about a lot of neat stuff, and I know you're more of an anime guy than anything else, but I still hope you'll check out the stuff because we do a lot of comic stuff. I do talk some anime as well, so it's good to see you though. Um, just in case you guys don't know, Doodlebug is he's somebody who was coming around when I was doing the premiere episodes of the Voices series. So it's good to see him in here though. Um, so if you guys can make him feel welcome, and of course, as always, guys, I of course always appreciate um, all the likes and shares as well. So if you guys can help out with that and help with the algorithm and see if we can get some more people in here, that would be very appreciated. So let's continue on with the story. However, he would quickly ignite a romance with his fellow Guardians of the Galaxy member Gamora. In fact, Gamora would use Star Lord's feelings for her to steal the Power Stone from him as she sought to free a piece of her soul trapped within the Soul Stone. Following the events of Infinity Wars, that spawned from Gamora's desires to reunite her soul, Star-Lord and Gamora would would eventually make up, and the two were even living together as a family at the beginning of Al Ewing's Guardians of the Galaxy run. I guess you see them in bed together right there. There's a nice picture of it, huh? Let's see. As you can see, Star Lord has a lengthy history being with women, even if they are alien life forms that take the form of a spaceship. It's not until the recent issue that writer Al Ewing decided to imply that Peter Quill would be interested in men as well. What do you make of Ewing's new addition to Peter Quill's story? Again, trying to push an agenda. Um, I wouldn't be too thrilled with the idea, I don't think, and I think most people actually wouldn't. But as everybody knows, Marvel is going downhill. They've been going downhill for a while because they're pushing this kind of garbage. So what can you say? They just don't seem to learn their lessons. So now we're coming up on 52 minutes here. Looks like we're making some decent time at least. Here's the next story I was going to look at for us. Artist imagines creature actor Joseph Gilgun as DC Comics Joker. I guess, oh, let's see what Doodlebug has to add to the conversation. People were joking. Um, People were joking. Gene turned Star Word. Uh, Gene turned Star Lord by laugh out loud. uh, no, it was actually Al Ewing who turned him by. Not Gene. Uh, anyways, as I said, artist imagines preacher actor Joseph Gilgun as DC Comics Joker. So let's take a look at this here. Artist Maskey the Clown King. That's an interesting name, Maskey the Clown King. Recently shared his mock-up of preacher actor Joseph Gilgun as DC Comics Joker. Um, Gilgun played Cassidy in FX's live-action adaptation of Garth Ennis and Steve Dillon's Preacher comic book series. I guess there's a pictorial there. Um, More recently, he's been playing a character named Vinny in Brassic. He previously played Rudy Wade in Misfits and Alec in The Last Witch Hunter. Fans of British television might recognize him as Jamie Armstrong from Coronation Street. As for the Joker, he's one of the most iconic Comics characters out there, rivaling Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. Of course, the insane homicidal clown to serve as arch nemesis for Batman. The character first appeared back in 1940 in Batman #1. The character's creation is disputed. In the Batman #1 story, which the Joker appears, Bill Finger teamed with artist Jerry Robinson. So you're here to get me off. No double entendres, please. However, Batman co-creator Bob Kane has also taken credit for the character's creation. In an interview with Frank Lovelace, Kane stated, Bill Finger and I created the Joker. Bill was the writer. Jerry Robinson came to me with a playing card of the Joker. That's the way I summed it up. He added, but he looks like Conrad Veidt, the actor in The Man Who Laughs, a 1928 movie based on the novel by Victor Hugo. There's a there's a photo of Conrad Veidt in my biography, Batman and Me. King concluded, so Bill Finger had a book with a photograph of Conrad Veidt, and showed it to me and said, here's the Joker. Jerry Robinson had absolutely nothing to do with it, but he'll always say he created it till he dies. But brought in a playing card, and when we used, which we used for a couple of issues, for him, the Joker, to use as his playing card. Oh man, look at that face! Holy cow! There. Hey, I'm back. Woo! Yeah, woohoo! Uh, so as we continue on here. In his first appearance, Joker is described as a master criminal who leaves stricken victims behind wearing a ghastly clown grin, the sign of death from the Joker. Well, the idea is he wants to leave them smiling. They wants to see them die laughing or die smiling. Batman with Robin the Boy Wonder, and then now this is of course from like 1940s, guys. This is how as we have been noting in our historical rest. This is artwork from the 40s. Look at this, pretty cool stuff here. And Joker lives up to the description of master criminal as he's able to evade the clutches of Batman in their first encounter. The Joker shows off his combat skills as he lands a haymaker and then a vicious right kick to Batman's face. Batman incapacitated, Joker is able to easily dispose of him and push him off a bridge into the cold water below. So here's the scenes they're talking about there. He just basically gives them a big boot right to the face, sends them flying. After getting kiboshed by Joker, even Batman recognizes Joker's villainy, stating, it seems I've at last met a foe that can give me a good fight. And while the Joker might have given Batman a good lick, Batman is not deterred, adding, however, I'm not licked yet, not quite. And again, here's the panel from that. Not only do we get to see Joker's hand-to-hand combat skills in his first appearance, but we also see many of the Joker's now iconic tricks play out in this issue. He uses his own special blend of toxin that can be used for a variety of purposes. Um, Joker explains that an aerosol version can paralyze people, while a more concentrated dose in a dart can be lethal. And then here's another set of panels here. Joker also disguises himself as the police commissioner and targets public officials like Judge Drake. 5 minute fly. It's your bet, Judge. You win. I need the ace of spades to make to make the game. The Joker. You can't win anyway. You see, I hold the winning card. The Joker. He was able to beat Batman. He easily ambushes and takes down Robin. Um, Not only does he take down Robin, but he plans to use him as a hostage to play a killing joke on Batman. Police disguise removed once again. The Joker prepares to make his little joke when not so not so fast, friend. And now the venom into your what? While Batman intervenes, Joker uses his now trademark Joker spray in an attempt to paralyze Batman and leaves him in the building to burn alive. Fortunately, Batman recovers and is able to rescue Robin from the burning house. And we see the panels right there. Batman and Robin would eventually track down Joker and ambush him and put him behind bars. However, Joker would promise that he knew a way out and that he would have the last laugh. And there he is in the jail cell. And Joker would eventually find a way out from behind those bars on numerous occasions and cause plenty of trouble for Batman and his various sidekicks, even going so far as to killing Jason Todd at one point, which we're very well aware of. Not only did he kill Jason Todd, but he also shot Barbara Gordon in the stomach, paralyzing her, and then proceeded to torture Commissioner Gordon with illicit photos of his daughter. Probably one of the more iconic sets of panels here from the late '80s, early '90s. Um, in one of his more dastardly plots, he murdered Jimmy Olsen, kidnapped Lois Lane, and then used Scarecrow's fear toxin mixed with kryptonite to make Superman believe that Lois Lane was Doomsday. When Superman flew what he believed was Doomsday into space, he discovers too late that it was actually Lois and that both his wife and their unborn child died. With Lois's heart stopped, it triggers a nuclear warhead located in Metropolis that blows up the city to Kingdom Come. Oh man, Joker is one of the more psychotic villains of all time, isn't he? Excuse me, I gotta go off camera for just a moment here, guys. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back, and it looks like we have 5 people in here now. Great, 5 people. Well, okay. The YouTube thing says 3. Streamlabs says 5. So, um, yes, YouTube is maybe lagging a little bit, I guess. But anyways, back to the article. So here's the panel right here. The Joker's reign of terror has also extended into live action, being played by Cesar Romero from the 1966 live action Batman series, Jack Nicholson in the Tim Burton, I believe he was in the Tim Burton films of Batman, Heath Ledger, Jared Leto, and Joaquin Phoenix. And if Maskey the Clown King's fan art becomes reality, Joseph Gilgun could become the next live action Joker. Take a look. Ooh. What do you think? Do you think Joseph Gilgun would make a good Joker? Well, you guys probably would know that more than I would. You probably have seen more of his work than I have. What do you guys think? Do you think Joseph Gilgun would actually um, make a good Joker? I'm waiting for you guys to answer that. I'll prepare for the next story here. Oh wait, so actually for the last story, last of the 5 stories that we have there, and more in the anime realm here. Okay. I'll be right back. Got to go off camera one more time here. Alrighty then, I'm back now. Um, so here we go. I guess we'll go ahead. Oh, now this is the last of the main stories. So Toho releases character summaries for Godzilla Singular Point. So characters Toho releases character summaries for Godzilla Singular Point. And we've talked a lot about Godzilla Singular Point, the anime that's coming out soon. So, well, let's get into this. Toho has released new summaries detailing the entire cast of characters featured in the upcoming anime series Godzilla Singular Point. There's a picture I think we've seen before. Descriptions coming to us from GodzillaMovies.com with some help from Crunchyroll tell us about the series' human characters. First up is May, the female character teased in the first round of images and the trailer. Godzilla Movies description refer to May as he, which is probably a typo. There is no indication so far that May is male, trans, or non binary. Yeah, she does look more like a girl to me, too. Um, May is a graduate student as suspected and studies non existent creatures. Her personality described as both strange and cheerful. May is a genius whose story will deal with aspects missing and many things left behind, though it's unclear just what these cryptic statements refer to. May's arc sounds like it begins when she receives a message on behalf of an absent professor to investigate something called Misakloku. And she will most likely get caught up in a battle with Godzilla or trace the footsteps of the professor who did. Excuse me again, guys. Sorry, I got to step away just for a quick sec. All right, I'm back. As we continue on here. Um, the next main character is Yoon, an engineer working at the Otaki factory, a place in town that sells everything. Yoon is called a genius too, with a familiarity in a variety of things, particularly the programming and manufacturing of robots. Like May, like May, Yoon is a strange introvert who doesn't interact with people easily. It's further hinted that Yoon will find himself involved in the battle with Godzilla after investigating a vacant Western style building house. There's Yoon right there. Oh, wouldn't that be an interesting couple? Yoon and May right there. May Yoon. That'd be an interesting couple to ship. However, not all the characters are human, and it wouldn't be an anime without an interactive AI. Singular Point introduces us to a cute dog shaped artificial intelligence on May's computer, confirming the PC is part of the story. The offshoot of a communication AI developed by Yoon named Armillaria, the little digital doggy dubbed Perro 2, possibly derived from the Spanish term for dog, Perro, is May's companion in the mission to challenge the mystery of Godzilla. And there's Perro 2, or Perro Dos, I guess would be the proper pronunciation of that. Yoon's AI on his phone, um, use AI is on his phone and takes the form of Jung, an organized app that seems to be the introverted Yoon's closest companion. Oh man, that looks more like a wall socket. That kind of looks like a wall socket. Just instead of the lower part being more rounded, it's obviously a rectangle. That thing looks. I mean, you can just stick a plug in those two things. Guess that look like eyes. Anyways, as we continue on here, Yoon does have one flesh and blood friend in his Otaki factory coworker Havel, whose hobby of lifting lift weights earned him the nickname Barbell in high school. He joins Yoon and others in the fight against Godzilla. There's Havel right there. Factory director Goro, commonly referred to as Oyasan by his staff, um, is also caught in the action, due in all likelihood to Godzilla attacking his workplace. The monster's appearance stirs something in him, as his summary says, to get rid of the creature. Oyasan is a world-class scientist with numerous patents that having no eyes on UFOs and unidentified life forms, is more concerned with protecting the planet. There he is, right there. There's the old man of the group. Naturally, when Godzilla attacks, the government gets involved. One of their men on the ground is a bureaucrat working for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs named Shunya, who is chief staff of the former Shuno District Management Bureau, the aforementioned Misa Cloku. While serving in this role, he receives an alarm and gets in touch with Otaki Factory, which indicates it is either an arm or the ministry, or there is some alliance between the two. Takahiro, a self-employed journalist whose identity is not known, also pokes his head into the Godzilla situation. It's probable he'll have contact with Yoon and May, and possible he could be collecting intel on the monsters. Oh, he's trying. Look with the way he's holding his glasses there. It's like he's trying to look cool. Yes, my name. My name is. Yes, my name is Takahiro. I'm the cool journalist. Not right. Are journalists cool nowadays? I don't think so. Oh, they're doing a new Godzilla. Yeah, we've been talking about on a few occasions. Um, Scientist that looks like a fisherman. Yep. Singular Point appears to be going global as the research director of the newly constructed Upara Institute in India, Named Baylor, is also pursuing the monster mystery. Referred to as BB, he hates people who are excellent, prideful, and smarter than himself. Oh, yeah, that's probably. Um, a rather pointed character trait. If the garbled is, I guess it's supposed to be is, not if, is the garbled verbiage um, indeed refers to him and not the bio's writer. It may be something he struggles with or tries to hide. This is BB right here, I guess. Back to Otaki, the place has a bigger workforce than three gentlemen fighting Godzilla. In a supporting role is young punk gal Satome, um, with a look meant to have a great impact. Not much is reported about her or her life, but outside of the fact that she supports Oyasan, Yoon, and Havel. She, if anything, she kind of looks like she got a kind of a goth look going for her. She's got piercings there in her mouth. Looks what looks like a tattoo, some tattoos on her upper body there. There's also former Misa Cloku, oh, Misa Kyoku. I'm sorry, Misa Kyoku, director. I was seeing that I as an L. Misa Kyoku, director Tsunetomo Yamamoto. Um, Nothing of consequence is revealed about him except that he likes to keep secrets. He also has a fearless smile, favors bland remarks, and is skilled with sesame seeds of all things. Had a grin there. A, a bureaucratic thoroughbred, Yukie, is the boss of Shunya and is another member of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, rank and file. She was in a department operated by cabinet secretariat and as such is familiar with national secrets. Equally mysterious and talented is Dr. Gyungying Lee. Godzilla Movies tells us Dr. Lee specializes in computational chemistry, renowned to the point that May wrote a treatise on her. Lee performed research on behalf of an organization named the Shiba Institute. There's Dr. Lee right there. Scientist that looked like a. Oh, yeah, we already saw that. The female portion of the cast also includes BB's daughter, Lena, looking more like an Indian native, and her dad. Lena is described as curious and enthusiastic like her father, and certainly comes across as enthusiastic. There she is right there. All right, guys. Even I can get tired sometimes. Anyway, I got to go off screen for just a moment. Be right back. All right, I'm back. So let's continue on. Wow, we're finally coming up on an hour and a half mark here. Going to be winding down very soon. So speaking of enthusiasm, heading up the ground self-defense force and presumably the fight against monsters is Colonel Yoshiyasu Matsubara. Colonel Matsubara is at the forefront of national defense, likely invested in the defense um, of the realm. He is considered straightforward and serious. Any good soldier is a protector and servant of the people. Butlers fit a similar classification. Meet Dr. Leeds. Dr. Meet Dr. Leeds. Oh, okay. I think they forgot to put the apostrophe in there. Dr. Lee is also accompanied by his butler and bouncer, um, Mikita. Generations of tending to a London mansion. On his resume, he has an above average sense of responsibility and has received tremendous trust from Dr. Lee. So Dr. Lee, I guess, is so he. I actually the way I looked at, I thought Dr. Lee was a she. Uh, Anyways, as we continue on with the article, there's Keita right there. The colonel and the butler face combat, but someone you wouldn't expect, someone you wouldn't expect combativeness from is Tilda Miller, a representative of the Shiva Institute. Her defining trait is how often she comes into conflict I guess with BB. Tilda is said to have a cooperative relationship with Michael Stephen, a British politician in the Conservative First Party, but are seemingly on poor terms at current. Hmm, seems kind of like an older lady there. Stephen, an elite who does everything, is in a position to recommend the development of weapons using new materials and might be on the ground to sell arms for killing monsters. He may even have something to do with mysterious red dust and water surrounding the kaiju. We will find out what role each of these players has on the stage when Godzilla Singular Point hits streaming in mid 2021. What do you make of these characters' profiles? Um, are you excited for Godzilla Singular Point? Let us know your thoughts on social media or in the comments below. Well, are you guys excited? Interesting question. Are you guys excited about that? I'll give you a few seconds to talk amongst yourselves. I got to go off screen one more time here. Let's see. I saw that. Well, I saw that. I'm really excited for much nowadays. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, but anyways, we're past the hour and a half mark, guys. I think I'm gonna start winding down now. I think I went through five pretty good stories tonight, and I thank you all for being here. Are you guys ready for this day in each history? Don't know why I did that, but um, are you guys ready for me to niche it up? Yay! Niche it up. Okay, and after this day in each history, guys, I do have um an announcement I need to make. Those of you who were here earlier, I told you that I would be making a statement afterwards. Before I niche it up here, I gotta once again I gotta go off camera. Sorry. Be right back. All right. So, anyways, it's a couple other ready. Mike's Day news. Yeah. Yeah. So, anyways, so today is Monday, December 14th, 2020. Let me just take a quick peek at 2005. Okay, so today is Monday, December 14th, 2020. Let's go ahead and take a look back at this day in Nietzsche history. And our first stop is going to be 50 years ago today. On this date, 50 years ago today on ABC, the Rankin-Bass produced Christmas, Christmas, Christmas classic, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, premiered on this date back in 1960. So 50 years ago today, on this date in 1970. Um, sure, many of you here in the States in particular probably grew up watching this, the Rankin Bass Christmas special. That was nice. So, on this date, 50 years ago today, Santa Claus Coming to Town would premiere on ABC, the one of the all-time classic Christmas specials. So that was actually 5 years before I was born, but I've watched over the years. I'm sure many of you have watched over the years as well. So with that being said, let's move on to the next piece of history here, which happened on this date in the year 2000. So 15 years on this date, 15 years ago today. Um, the 115th issue of Nightwing, the second volume, volume two, issue number 115 of Nightwing, Nightwing Volume 2, number 115, would go on sale on this date in 2005, 15 years ago today. On this date, 15 years ago today, Nightwing Volume 2, issue 115 went on sale, called No Fly Zone. You'd have Superman guest starring in this story as well. That happened on this date 15 years ago today. Nightwing, Volume 2, number 115. So, moving on to the next piece of history then. Um, on this date, 10 years ago today, 11th episode of Otome Otome Yokai Sakura, the 11th episode would premiere on TV Tokyo. On this day, 10 years ago today, in 2010, the 11th episode of Otome Yokai Sakura would premiere on TV Tokyo, literally translated as Maiden Spirit Sakura, or translated as Maiden Spirit. So on this date, 10 years ago in 2010, Maiden Spirit Sakura episode 11 would premiere on TV Tokyo. And last but not least, looks like an interesting one. You don't even know if it was ever released in the States here, even subbed. But Maiden Spirit as a girl, obviously you got probably cute girls and sword and all that. So, last but not least here, last piece of niche history mention. On this date in 2015, 5 years ago today, this was the night after the TLC pay per view. WWE would host Raw from the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. In the main event of the match, of course, Roman Reigns would defeat Sheamus for the WWE World Heavyweight title. Also on the card, you had the Wyatt family defeating the Dudley Boys along with Tommy Dreamer and Rhino in an Extreme Rules match. Um, you had Becky Lynch and Charlotte with Ric Flair in their corner defeating Brie Bella and Alicia Fox by submission. You had Alberto Del Rio and Rusev teaming up to defeat Ryback and Jack Swagger. Neville defeated Tim Breeze. Bo Dallas and R-Truth would end in a no contest, and then Dolph Ziggler would defeat Dean Ambrose via DQ. So that happened on this date 5 years ago today. Raw would host, with the most significant thing being Roman Reigns defeating Sheamus for the World Heavyweight, for the WWE World Heavyweight title. A Nightwing won, ha ha ha. I'd check them both. Yep. So with that, guys, so that's pretty much it in terms of the coverage. So um, before I leave you, I do have to mention something here. As those of you who are on Friday know, I talked about my dad. You know, um, he had been battling colon cancer for the last year here, and he had stopped treatments in October, and yesterday morning at 9:30 a.m. my father Arthur Frederick Walters passed away at the age of 74. So I know some of you, when I mentioned it, did say you were keeping us in your prayers and you were giving your condolences. I appreciate that, and I hope you guys will continue to keep us in your thoughts and prayers as we go through this time. Again, my father, Arthur Frederick Walters, passed away yesterday morning at 9:30 at the age of 74. Survived by um, his family, myself, my two older sisters, my nephews, and many extended family. Let's see what you guys Oh, you guys are responding here. Oh, the Dudley boys, huh? Sorry to hear that, man. Hey, it's life. That's uh well, that's why I basically saved it for the end, guys. I didn't want to put everybody down at the very beginning. I wanted us to have some fun tonight. But thank you guys for your thoughts and prayers, and just if you can keep us your thoughts and prayers, that'd be appreciated. And Doodlebug, it's good to see you, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I'm glad to see you here, man. I hope you'll drop in more often. We do a lot of stuff here. I hope we'll see you around more. Um, for those of you guys who don't know, Doodlebug is somebody who was coming around when I was still doing my voices profiles. I was doing them as premieres. He was a regular there, so I hope he'll start becoming a regular here as well. He's more into anime, more into the voice actors stuff, but I think if we can make him feel welcome, he'll have some fun here. So, guys, I thank you again for joining me tonight. Um, I appreciate it, and let's see, anonymity. What anonymity? It's always hard, but got to remember they don't want you moping around. Be happy when you can. Yeah, I agree. Anonymity. Life goes on, and so does the show. So games too, mainly RPGs, role playing games. Okay. My dad went at about that age too. Yeah. Oh yeah, Doodlebug. Anyone heard of the Trail series? I hadn't. So, anyways, guys, thank you again for joining me tonight. I appreciate it. We got a bit of a conversation. Go. Just finished the first cold seal. Um, let's see. Never got to check them out before. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna wrap this up for tonight, and I thank you all for being here tonight. I look forward to having you guys back tomorrow night. We'll cover more niche news and topics, and I guess I'll see you then. Also, watch the game. That channel came out called Haven. All right. Well, anyways, guys, see you tomorrow night. Bye.